Welcome to Techno Squad, where we keep you up to date and in the know about all things tech. And today is no different.
Shanice, have you ever wanted a superpower or to do something special? I've always wanted to fly. Do you think a future upgrade?
Whoa, hold up. I know where you're going with that. You're talking a whole new ball game. But flying is pretty cool. Now imagine an unmanned aerial vehicle. I'm talking no human pilot, crew, or passengers on board.
You mean like a drone?
Exactly. We'll be discovering the world of drones today. Let's take a look. First up, we head to Soweto to check out SA Flying Labs. Then we test you with a mind-bending brain teaser. We meet Aeronautical Engineer Lindokuhle Tshuma, and we get creative in the tech lab. Heck, you know I'm always having FOMO when it comes to the squad and all the fun things they get to do.
Online search commencing. FOMO. The fear of missing out. Slang dictionary updated. Shanice, what are you afraid of missing out on?
The whole drone revolution. There's so much to learn and so much you can do. The Techno Squad joined the South African Flying Labs in Soweto at one of their workshops. Let's take a look. What's up, you tech enthusiasts? Today, we are meeting South Africa Flying Labs, which is an innovation hub supported by a global network of flying labs, implementing social projects with sustainable impact. Today, they are promoting the digital revolution through a drones workshop at YMCA in Soweto. Obviously, we are so amped to join them.
So Flying Lab, it's a company, it's a global movement, it's all over the world. It started in Switzerland, America, now it's all over the world. They use drones to empower the local people. And the local people is everyone.
My name is Queen Ndlovu. I'm the CEO and the founder of QP Drone Tech and the managing director of Flying Lab South Africa. Flying Lab South Africa, it's part of a global movement whereby we use drones for good.
What can you call this thing that is called a drone?
It's a flying machine.
It's a flying machine.
I think a drone is something like an aeroplane because they are both flying.
When the drone started, is that they don't have a pilot inside. I drive, I fly.
We empower our local community by sharing knowledge about the importance of incorporating drone in their local communities. But also we are targeting young kids because there's this saying that catch them while they're still young, you know.
What do you think this one is different from the other drone? Why this drone is different from a smaller one?
Because it's going fast.
It's going fast.
So it depends. It depends on the motor. It also depends on when you're now comparing a fixed wing to a multi-rotor, the wing also gives it more range. So it's not really faster. I can't say faster, but it has more range. It can go on a long distance. Yes, let me just use distance.
My name is Bea. I'm 12 years old. I'm in grade 6. I came from the community of Soweto. I'm so excited that this program is in my community.
I think it's the battery inside.
Okay, the battery obviously is more stronger, but also I'm seeing it's propeller.
I was hoping that I could learn how to use technology. The first thing that taught me that how they do fly and how they were made, how they worked.
You know, kids prefers that this kind of workshop, they become more practical, more hands-on. Hence, if you check the format of our workshop, it's kind of a mini display, an expo of drone technology, different kinds of technology, you know, instead of focusing only on the theory.
Techno Squad, you have to admit how cool it is to have a front row seat to the amazing work being done here, and this is just the beginning. Stay tuned because later we'll see how the squad gets hands-on. Queen and her team are getting kids excited about STEM using drones, and the kids get to see and experience actual drones. Next up, joining us virtually is aeronautical engineer Lindokuhle Tshuma. She has worked in the manned aerial industry and is currently training in the unmanned aerial industry and is here to tell us all about it. Welcome, Lindo. Our very first question is from Kristen.
Can you please tell us a bit more about yourself?
Hi, Kristen. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me on the show. My name is Lindo, as I said, Lindokuhle Tshuma in full, and I'm an aeronautical engineer. I graduated from WITS. I don't know if you guys know WITS yet. Yes, I graduated from WITS. Currently, I am the project manager of South African Flying Labs. We deal with aviation machines. I love flying machines so much. They're very close to my heart. I really would love to see more and more people into STEM careers in engineering and the technical space.
Amir, you're up next.
May you please explain the difference between manned and unmanned drones?
So in simple terms, unmanned aircraft, so they are controlled using different systems. They are controlled using radio controllers or drone pilot softwares. While on the other hand, manned aircraft they have an onboard pilot. So the pilot is inside and flying the aircraft.
How different is your job now that you work with unmanned aerial systems?
How is it different? It's really not that different, to be quite honest. It's different in such a way that the other one is a bit smaller and the other one is bigger. So it's not different. The systems, the designs, it's still the same, but on a much more smaller scale. Because I still have to design, I still have to conduct analysis, I still have to test it. It's still the same, but on a very much smaller scale.
Kristen, you can ask one more.
Do I need straight A's at school to do such a hard job?
No. You don't necessarily need straight A's, but it would be very good if you have at least above 70%, right? In your maths and in your science as well, you can have above 70s. But it will give you a much more advantage if you have A's. So you don't necessarily need straight A's throughout, but you have to be very hardworking to get your degree.
Wow, Lindo, you have an amazing career. And I know you guys want to hear more, but we'll catch up with the conversation later because there's still lots to share. Today's brain teaser will need you to flex those math muscles to work it out. Are you ready? Then listen to the clue. Amy has recently learned that every time she flushes the toilet, 7 liters of water is used, and she is now trying to save water. But first, she wants to track how wastefully she may have been using water. On Monday, she uses the toilet and flushes 4 times. On Tuesday, she uses the toilet 8 times. She doesn't flush half the time. On Wednesday, she uses the toilet and flushes twice. How many liters of water did Amy use in the 3 days? We'll be posting this clip on our Facebook page, so be sure to check it out. If you think you have the right answer, then send it to our WhatsApp line, or you can enter on our socials. And you can win an awesome data bundle. So, get entering! Welcome back to it. It's still your time to tune in to your weekly tech top-up. During the break, Hack and I have been checking out all of the drone technology online, and there's so much it's being used for.
Yes, like drones are being used in the air to collect data. Underwater drones are being used in the same way to help us understand and learn more about underwater marine habitat.
To be honest, I didn't even know about underwater drones until we searched it. But right now, let's head back to Soweto to catch up with the squad. Techno Squad, you have to admit how cool it is to have a front row seat to the amazing work being done here, and this is just the beginning. Stay tuned because later we'll see how the squad gets hands-on. According to the World Economic Forum, young people are better off studying STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, to create a more employable workforce.
My name is Busiswe Mahabo and I am 12 years old and I am in grade 6B at Titawana Primary School. I live in the community of Soweto and I'm happy that the South Africa Flying Labs came here in our community to teach us more about drones. I would be a pilot, a drone teacher.
What I enjoyed the most today was how the teaching was, how they showed us the drones today.
I want to capture the signal.
Okay, so you can watch the world that flies, okay? Okay, stand back.
From what we've seen so far, I'm sure you want to start learning about drones. I'm sure our young squad here is eager to get started.
So the theory part of the workshop is only 30% because it's important that they have the background of the industry, you know, the do's and don'ts and the evolution, the regulation, the safety issues, as one of our facilitators, Mr. Jack Shilubani, was trying to expose to the kids, you know. But 70% is more of them seeing the drone flying and getting that experience, touching it, and also the display with the exhibition. You know, it's more on that. So 70% is more of a practical part of the workshop. 30% minimally is on the knowledge and sharing of information, theoretical knowledge. Yeah.
Drones can be used to travel small goods and to go through the country and to transport messages.
Yep.
My favorite part was when I saw the drone flying around and when it was turning.
We don't want to say to them that the only career that is then the drone is to be a pilot. You can be a software engineer, you can be a manufacturer like myself, you can be just manufacture the cameras, you know. So the whole idea is to expose them to different careers in the drone industry, not only one. Yes, that's the whole idea behind it.
I've got to do a message on the drone that has a speaker on it. And the message was loud and it was beautiful.
Thank you so much for teaching us about drone industry. We learned a lot and we enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for teaching us about drone industry. We learned a lot and we enjoyed.
Guys, I just love seeing the squad getting excited even though I have serious FOMO. For some of the kids at the workshop, it was their very first encounter with a drone. And who knows, it might be the one thing that sparks their interest in the STEM field. And maybe even an exciting career. Speaking of an exciting career, I think it's time for us to catch up with Lindokuhle and the squad. Welcome back, guys! Now let's jump straight into it with our next question from Amir.
Does it take longer to build a manned aircraft compared to a drone?
No, it doesn't take a lot of time to build a drone compared to building a manned aircraft, right? So the time is actually dependent on a lot of things. It is dependent on size. Let's make size as an example. It is much more dependent on size. Manned aircraft, they are very big. For example, commercial aircraft, the one that you use when you're flying from Joburg to Cape Town, they are very, very, very big. So it will take much more time to build that compared to a very small UAV.
Who inspired you to do this job?
I wouldn't necessarily say who inspired me, but let me just share a bit of my story and how did I get to aeronautical engineering, right? For me, when I was in my varsity and also in high school, I really used to look up to a lot of women pilots, like Bessie Coleman. She's the first African American woman to be a pilot. Trifilo Ludwaba, South Africa's first female black helicopter pilot. And then in the UAV industry, as I started to grow more interest and love into the UAV industry, Queen Dlovu as well. I love this so much. I used to check her even on LinkedIn, check what they're doing, get inspired, look at what other people are doing, young people like you, and you get inspired too.
What is the coolest thing in your job?
The coolest thing is having to design a drone. You design it, you assemble it, and you fly it. It's so nice to see something that you've designed and then you get to use it. You know, it's so nice. You can even take it down and then change things around and then fly it again. Flying a drone is so nice. That's the coolest part of things, because you can see it, it's up there, but you're the one who's controlling it. It's really so much fun.
Lindo, I know our squad had some pretty tough questions, but you answered perfectly. And I know you've inspired some of our squad members to get into aerospace. Remember to head on over to our socials and let us know if you have any questions or comments. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, where have you been? Hack and I have been flying high, learning all about the world of drones.
So, if you just joined us, did you know that a drone is an aircraft powered and controlled by computer technology? Which means that it doesn't need a pilot to fly in it. It can either be pre-programmed or it can be remotely controlled by a pilot. Drones are guided by a built-in GPS system.
Heck, I couldn't have said it better myself. Technology, I just love it. That's why Robin and I have so much fun in the Tech Lab. Let's check it out. What's good, Techno Squad? In today's Tech Lab, we are getting spacey.
But not Kevin Spacey.
So Robin, I see we've got a lot of interesting gear in our Tech Lab today. Could you please tell me more?
All right, so right now we've got something that's similar to a trampoline, all right? But it's actually not, okay? So we've got a gigantic hoop made out of PVC pipe, and then what we have is spandex fabric, all right? And we've attached it with a bottleneck as well as a cap just to secure it so it doesn't move around a lot. And then we've got something heavy, all right? Right in the middle. But the whole idea of this is actually to show you how space-time, the fabric of space-time rather, warps around heavy objects.
Ooh,
yeah.
Sounds interesting. So what would that present exactly?
Okay, so that represents an object in space with a lot of mass, like a sun. So we've represented it with a tennis ball.
Okay, there we have it.
Okay, so now we have our tennis ball and it is bending space-time a lot like a star would do. But what orbits around stars?
Around stars,
planets, yes, exactly, yeah. So if you can pass me that box of marbles over there.
Okay.
All right. We can take one of them, and over here, this will represent a planet. And if you place this marble right here, what's about to happen?
I'd guess it's probably in a drop down, but let's see.
Yeah, it does that, but that's not how planets orbit around the sun. All right, so what planets usually do is they have a little bit of energy just to make that orbit.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes. But did you know that planets actually don't orbit around the sun in a circular motion, but more of an elliptical motion?
Whoa.
Yes,
so like something like that.
Yes, so instead of going around in a circle, it would go far off, come closer to the sun, and then fall off again. And that's actually how we have seasons.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Could I give it a try?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. So
just give it a little bit of energy, and then it rolls around like that.
Awesome.
You see that elliptical shape that it makes?
Yes, I do see it happening.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool.
And not only that, but it sort of spins on its own axis, a lot like we have here on Earth, so that we can have day and night.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, Techno Squad. We've learned so much today. I've learned about warped space-time and that planets actually don't move in a circular motion, but rather an elliptical one. So if you want to find out more, Robin will tell you where.
All right, if you'd like to connect with us or find out more, drop us a follow on our social.
Yeah, at Techno Squad S3. See you there. In today's Brainteaser, we asked you to do some maths. If you listen carefully, it shouldn't have been too difficult to help Amy figure out how much water she had been using over the 3 days. Let's recap the clue and reveal today's answer. On Monday, Amy uses the toilet and flushes 4 times. On Tuesday, she uses the toilet 8 times, but she doesn't flush half that time. On Wednesday, she uses the toilet and flushes twice. How many liters of water did Amy use in the 3 days? If you answered 70 liters, then you'd be correct. Let me explain. On Monday, she flushed 4 times. Multiplied by 7 liters equals 28. On Tuesday, she used the toilet 8 times. Flushed half the time. 4 times 7 liters equals 28. On Wednesday, she flushed the toilet twice. Times 7 liters equals 14. So 28 plus 28 plus 14 equals 70 liters. I hope you managed to get it right. A few decades ago, drones were considered highly specialized military technology. Today, ordinary civilians like you and me can use drones, whether it's a small tele drone that you're using in school or you're using your drone for your photography or deliveries. A world where drones are everyday tech is no longer in the future. It is now.
You know what's also now? The end of today's show. So we have to say goodbye to an awesome squad.
I know, but remember, you can still keep in touch online on Instagram, WhatsApp and YouTube, so show us some love. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you again same time, same place next week. Bye!